firestorm of controversy fueled by allegations of cronyism surrounding the Bahamas Agricultural and Marine Science Institute. Once again, the minister with responsibility for the premier school is setting the record straight with regards to contracts awarded. Janaea Noel Ferguson has details.
The Free National Movement alleged that Bamsi contracts have been awarded solely to people who have supported the governing Progressive Liberal Party. Fort Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rawlins recently raised the matter in Parliament, alleging that the former PLP minister Darrell Roll's company was granted a contract because of his political alliance. Minister with responsibility of Bamsi, the Honorable V. Alfred Gray, however, had strong words for members opposite.
When the F&M gave contracts to their supporters, Rollins, who just joined them, and the F&M establishment, you don't hear a word about it. The press don't seem to care either. But as soon as some supporter of the government, or perhaps perceived supporter of the government, whether they be Darrell Roll or any other person, there's a big to-do. It has nothing to do with money well spent or otherwise. What they do not want us to do is to help people who support us, but that's going to be a lie. We're going to do as much as we can for the people who support us, because hadn't it been for them, we wouldn't be in power today.
Gray said that the granting of contracts for Bamsi were awarded to those within the community to spur economic growth in North Andros.
Both Darrell Roll and Reverend Sam Green are both from Andros. And so when we ran out of contractors in Andros at the time, there were some people who lived here, needed to work, and we gave them the opportunity to participate. If that's wrong, then the whole Bahamas is wrong, because every government from the days of government gave contracts and assistance to people who are necessarily able to do the work.
Members opposite have also suggested that it was ironic that the former PLP minister's company was formed right before the Bamsi contracts were issued.
As long as it was a duly registered company, and if they had to form it or they did form it, what's the issue? If they say it was a shell and it wasn't properly formed, that's another matter. But if it was a properly formed company and the company was able to take advantage of an opportunity which presented itself, what's the big deal? Now, if they say that the work that these people do are not up to standards, that's something we need to look at. But they can't say that. So now they're saying you give it to people who are either your supporters, and what's wrong with that? Ask the former government who is Mr. McIntosh in Freeport, who does everything in Nassau for the government. I'm not going to call any name, but if they push me, I will. These are the hypocrisies that bother me.
And with repeated calls for all Bamsi contracts to be tabled here in Parliament, Gray says the opposition will be hearing from government on these matters pretty soon. Janaea Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.